Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. We're looking at Bitcoin right now on a weekly time frame. Keep in mind that this is the CME chart. I just want to point out that Bitcoin closed at 22,390 and ETH closed at 16,408. Okay, and the point I was trying to make at is this weekly open. If we open, I'm looking for us to see if we can get to 23. If we can get to 23 and you start having 4-hour open closes above 23K, I would be looking for the target of 25,800 coming quickly. And that's where we can see if we're going to halt there or if we're going to go straight to the next level at 28,000. So we're looking for 25.8 and then we're looking at 28 to 28-ish around there because these will move throughout the weekly open and closes. When we get our new candle, this should shift basically. Yeah, and that's the upside. To the downside, if we do find resistance here at this level, I'm looking for us to come test at around 20,000. And around 20,000, if we can hold it, great. But if we lose 20,000, at worst case, 18,500, I would like to keep. Losing that on 4-hour open and close, we can look for much lower targets, meaning that this low was not the low. And then we might be looking at lower, like 1,300 or 13,000 on Bitcoin. Okay, and that's just the CME. So I'm going to do the same thing what we just did on here on the ETH CME, and then we'll go to our actual. Oh, by the way, since we were already here, Bitcoin closed at 22,390 and it's at 22,800. So we got about a $400 premium there and about maybe like $20 premium on ETH. It's at 1640 right now, and it closed at basically there. So yeah, ETH is fine. Bitcoin has a little bit of a premium on there, so you might see a little bit of a pullback on Bitcoin and not as much on ETH. ETH on a weekly time frame pulling off some amazing bull divs. We are going to basically the next target right now. If we can just close this candle like this and open the next one, I'm looking for us to get to around 1800. At 1800, we can see if we hold that level, and if we get 4-hour open and closes above 1800, the next level I'll be looking for is around 2400. So level by level, but yeah, these levels are very realistic. So you should be looking for 18 and after that around 24, because this is a fast move down and a fast move up is what's happening. And if we do break above this 1800 with the 4-hour open and close, we have lots of space for us to test and hurt all the people who were still short and not closing, and as well as the people who are adding shorts as this rise occurs, because I think we will get some, between 2000 to 2400 is where I'll look for my resistance after we actually show open and close above 18. So just keep that in mind moving forward. And that's basically to the downside. Sorry. That's the target to the upside. To the downside, I would look for support at 1450, 1480, around there. If we lose that on a 4-hour open and close around 1480, I'll be looking for around 1350, 1325-ish. And losing that as much lower targets. It's just right now, volume is still good. We have no really bear drifts to be looking at right now until another next week. It just looks like easy continuation. Path of least resistance right now is up as we're going to our resistances, and all the layers to the bottom now are support. So it's going to be harder for market makers to like break through these layers of support unless there's something going on, like some news event. That's the only way that, people will panic sell the low right now. Otherwise, people are more like, oh, the bottom is in and trying to FOMO in. And that's also an issue because during chop consolidation, as you're just buying, thinking like, yo, it's never going to come back. If you are using leverage, you're going to feel that retracement because next week we can bounce between 1800 and 1450 like all week, consolidate in this range. So be ready for that. Okay. Same thing with Bitcoin. I gave you that levels. It's more than likely going to consolidate in that range. So just be prepared for a situation in that manner. And the last thing I want to go over is Dixie. So sorry, today's video will be a little quicker than usual because we're not looking at multiple time frames. There you are, Dixie. So today we're gonna see how this opens up. We have to see if we're gonna hold this level or not around 101. If we lose 101, I will be looking for a nice leg up on Bitcoin and ETH, and I will be looking for Dixie at like 98-ish, 99-ish, and we'll go from there then. If we do get Dixie to open here and it starts gunning into 103, 104, well, you're gonna see a pullback on Bitcoin and ETH to match that uh, move in strength wise, like to Dixie, the correlation wise. And then, yeah, we will have to see where we find resistance on Dixie. And I mean, the first level I'm looking at is 103.80. After that, I'll be looking at 105, 106. So we will see today, guys. So be careful. I just wanted to make sure everyone was alert of the CME open and the CME next level to the upside. Since this weekly is closing pretty decently, we should see continuation. And usually at CME open, you get that big leg up. So I'm going to be waiting for about an hour until CME closes, I mean, opens, and we'll see how price action goes. As of right now, I got stopped out of all my positions in the volatility in the morning. And it was so funny because I literally was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave these in stops, and that's literally how it happened. Like the whole top and bottom got it. Wait a minute, this is not even the right chart. I was trading ETH. Yeah, I think this wick right here in the morning. Yes, this one. So we were brushing up against this 68, 1650 level, and that's why I was short. We had this quick move down, scalped along. Then I got that out of here, and now what we're doing is we're actually claiming this level. So this was the dip, and now I'm looking for this to just basically inverse head and shoulder out of here. Like we should not be seeing too much more of a low. We should just be seeing scoop up and test back into these highs, see if you want to see a rejection or not. For our, yeah, like we are, the chances of this continuing up are higher due to the fact that we are not yet oversold. We're getting there and we're testing into the highs. If we just hold here and go steady, it just lets us breathe on these oscillators for our next leg up. And as long as you're closing above 1620 with 4-hour open and closes, I wouldn't be bearish on ETH. And if a drop does come, I would be very, very interested in along around the 1450 area. So that's what I will say. Like long scalp wise, 1450 area. Short wise, I mean, obviously 1700, and you can put a stop loss a little bit above it. And then after that is 1800 and the other levels I gave you. So make sure you are keeping your stops accordingly because no high leverage stuff in when it's moving and you're on the wrong side of the trade and you're a high leverage trade, you're basically done. So that's why I was like, if you want to use a stop loss, now's the time. All this trading plan would be best that you wait until the 4-hour opening closes. That way you have less chance of market doing anything into those candle closes and you getting like pushed out of your trade before it actually even goes in that direction. So yeah, that is all I have to say. I guess we can quickly look at Bitcoin because I did just do ETH to be fair. And yeah, there you go. So on Bitcoin, same thing. I would be looking for any kind of drop in this area to like hold, but any 4-hour open and closes under 22,000 like 400, 22,400. I would be looking for like a test of support at around 21,000 150. But like long scalp wise, I would try to just be patient for around 19.5. And I would definitely try to scalp along in this area. I just don't want to enter in a long scalp here and then have a stop loss like right under. Because yeah, you can DCA into a very small long here. It's just for me, it's kind of like 50-50. It could go either way, and it's just not worth it for me to take the position here for a long or short. I'd rather take long under that level, and then I would rather take a short if we dump down fast and we try to come back up. Then I would try to take the short on the retest of not being able to make a higher high. So we are at that point basically. So if you want to short, you know like it taking 23,500, and then if you see weakness and it starts rolling over, then that's your confirmation that hey, we are hitting a level of resistance. 4 hour wise, daily wise, we're oversold. So when we do get this retrace, weekly, weekly has space, daily is oversold. When we do retrace from here, you know, you could go all the way to like 21.5. Ideally, we don't want to go lower than 21.5 because if we start going all the way to like 20K, it's just like prolongs the move. But like you can make a flag here. So I have a chart. This is basically what I've we're just watching the same thing for like a while now. We're just watching this play out. So yeah, let's see if it breaks this neckline and holds, and then you'll get the measured move up to like 30,000 and Bitcoin, and then you know a couple weeks. So yeah, this weekly open, let's see if the continuation to the upside comes. If the retracement comes, I told you where I would like to take longs. Obviously, ideally, that's the best place. But if you want to get in earlier, you have the levels that I've given you. And that's basically it, guys. Trade accordingly to your plan. Use low leverage because we're moving a lot more than, you know, going in a straight line. And yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. I will be more than happy to answer them in the next video. If you could, please do me a big solid and leave a like, a subscribe, press the bell button for notifications if you haven't already. Just say hello. How was your weekend? Just let me know in the comments. I would appreciate it. And yeah, if you're interested in trading with us live, please feel free to join our Discord server. The link is in the video's description below. Just hit more info in this video and scroll, and you'll see all the other affiliate services that I like to use myself. So aside from that, guys, just have a great weekend. CME is going to open in a few hours, so stay frosty. Adios.